Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Heritage and Home Crochet Podcast. I am your host, Deja, and Deja is very thrilled that you're here with her today. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the wonderfulness that came out of 2021 in regards to crafting, creating, crocheting, and yarn goodness. And on the other side of the token, we're going to be discussing what to look forward to in the year 2022. Now, the list of things that I was able to bring out of 2021 are as follows. The first thing is that I learned pretty good fundamentals of garment making. As I mentioned in like my third video, I never knew that I could even make a garment. I never knew that I could crochet something like that. I always thought that was for knitting, or I thought that was something that you do on a machine. I just never thought that I could actually crochet a garment. So the fact that I was able to learn the fundamentals of crochet when it comes to garment making, that was truly huge to me. And so in the year 2022, I hope to learn a lot more about that. The second thing is I learned about yarn content. I had no idea that yarns could be so complex and that there was such a variety of fiber content that could be in a yarn shop. You know, I thought there was wool, and I thought there was some low quality something that I didn't even know what it was. Okay, I didn't even know that there was acrylic in yarn. But then after watching videos and, you know, Tony Lipsy's yarn snob videos, I really started to like pay more attention. And when I got more intentional about the use of my yarn, I feel like my passion for crocheting like skyrocketed, because the quality of my projects were coming out so much better. The experience of working with different yarns was so much better than others, and it made me enjoy it so much better. So if you haven't had a chance to really explore different types of yarn, please take the time to do that. Go to your local yarn store. I would say that Michael's doesn't have the most diverse yarn fiber contents. The only place that I found around me in my local area, aside from my local little yarn shop, which I know everyone doesn't have, but what big box store that I like to use is Hobby Lobby. I know that a lot of people have issues with Hobby Lobby, but personally I do shop there, so you know. If you feel comfortable, you can go to Hobby Lobby and check it out. They have so many different options as far as fiber content and the way that the yarn is spun and the colors and the way it looks, the halo that it has to it, all of those things. So just take your time and go and explore, feel, touch things, and I think you'll be very surprised, because for the longest time I thought that like Red Heart was the only yarn in the world. So yeah, and also that segues into my next thing from 2021 is that I became a Yarnaholic. I definitely actually started to have a real stash. Before then, I had like this little teeny tiny like plastic zip bag that had like some balls of yarn in it, and they were of course all 100% acrylic yarns from Walmart, either Mainstays or Red Hearts. I did one time like get some yarn from the thrift store, and it was like this bag of yarns. There were no labels on anything, so I had no clue what they were, but I knew that I liked them. So I had those all stuffed in this little teeny tiny bag, and now it has expanded. My collection has expanded so much that I have like I have a whole table full, and then I have like a whole shelf full, and then I have packages like where you would put blankets in and put them under your bed. I have those full of yarn. I have like 3 of those full of yarn, so I have a lot of yarn now. Yeah, so there's that. I became a Yarnaholic, and now I have all different colors. And you know, the more that I started to explore the yarns and buy the yarns, I started to see that I actually absolutely have a distinct style and preferences when it comes to color schemes. I definitely am like a muted jewel tone person. Like when I think of like mustards or like muted like red, not like a, I wouldn't say like burgundy. Burgundy's nice, but it's more of this like, what is that color? I don't know the name of that color, but it's like a muted red color. If someone can kind of help me out, it's kind of like a brick but deeper, a little bit more red. Like those colors, or like a muted emerald, like denim blue, like this. I love those types of colors. As much as I love pastels, I can't wear them. They don't look great on me. They wash me out in like a weird way. And yeah, so those are really the types of colors that I like to work with, and I found that I absolutely have this very specific aesthetic when it comes to designing, when it comes to that type of thing. Now I do love pink. I am a sucker for pink, like in all colors. So if I see a pink yarn, I probably will buy it, especially if it's in a fiber content that I like. It doesn't matter the type of pink. I love pink so much. As you can see, like from a lot of my videos, I'm wearing like some sort of pink or red or like corally color, because I really do love like berry tones and like things on the more like pinky side of things. So yeah, I have decided like that is me. Pink is me. Also, another thing that I explored in 2021 are different crochet hooks. So before, all I ever used was the boy hook. I was blissfully unaware of what else was out there. I never had a problem with it. I just crocheted with it and I enjoyed it. It was great. But yeah, in 2021, I really started to like branch out and see that there were different things to work with. The more I started watching YouTube videos and tutorials and hearing people review different things, I realized like there's a whole world of crochet that I'm just not partaking in. So I decided right then and there to go out and go purchase a couple of different kind of hooks. I don't even know which ones were the first ones that I used. Probably some like a hook that doesn't really have a brand name, if that makes sense. Just got it kind of like from like Michael's, maybe Loops and Threads brand. But yeah, and then eventually I worked my way up to the tulip hooks, and those are pretty much the ones I use almost exclusively. Occasionally I'll use a prim hook, and I do have a Furls Odyssey that I generally don't like, but because I paid so much money for it, I'm trying to get use out of it. I'm trying to get used to working with it. So I do have an H hook in the Furls Odyssey, and I am working with that. So yeah, but pretty much I am 100% a tulip Etimo gray hook girl. This is my set. I love it. I do have a couple of other hooks in here. This is my double-sided Tunisian crochet hook from Clover in there. These really pointy crafting scissors. And then I have a tape measure in here, and then some stitch markers, and then I keep my metal stitch markers hooked right on here, just because I like it. So cute little charms. So yeah, and this thing is amazing. These hooks are just like top rate, like best quality you can even get. So yeah, those are pretty much what I learned in 2021. Let's see if there's anything else on my list. Oh yeah, I started to really branch out towards bigger projects. I started to actually start to think about making garments. So I did. I made a couple of garments in 2021, and it was awesome. It was just great. And I started to dream big, and that's when I started my YouTube channel. So this is the start for me. So that is all for 2021. Now 2022. Things I look forward to in 2022. The first thing on my list is to do more Tunisian crocheting. I really enjoy Tunisian crocheting. Definitely not as easy for me as traditional crocheting, just because I'm used to being able to fly through my stitches, and with Tunisian crocheting I feel like I have to be a lot more intentional about how I'm crocheting. Oh my God, there's so many fruit flies over here. I swear. I just threw away some overripe bananas that I was gonna use for banana bread, but then the gnats started showing up and I can't take it, so they got chucked. So anyways, I'm annoyed because of that. But yeah, so I really hope to do more of Tunisian crocheting, and I want to do that because I love the knit stitch. I just really love it, and I love the fabric it creates. Is very stretchy, very flowy. I just love it. So I'm hoping to do more with that. in the next year. I really want to make a cardigan. I really want to make a cardigan with the knit stitch. So we'll see if I can kind of pull that off. I don't know. Stay tuned for that. And what else do I want to do in 2022? I really want to publish a crochet pattern. Just one. That's my goal. I would love to crochet more than that and to publish more than that. But if I only make one, great. That is the goal that I want to reach, just to get over that hurdle and then be able to dream bigger and do more. So we'll see if I'm able to do that this year. Other things that I want to do is try higher quality brands of yarn, because I feel like I've done a lot with the big box yarns that I have available to me, which is wonderful. It's great. They're accessible, they're affordable, and you can make really high quality things with these yarns. But I really want to experience kind of like small batch yarns, or yarns from like independent dyers, or just very small yarn businesses. So I want to do that. And even if they're not a small yarn business, if they have a really high quality yarn that I really want to try out, I'm excited for that. So I really want to try Hello Stella Fibers. I really want to try Expression Fiber Arts. Those are two that like come to mind right away, but there's plenty of ones that I want to try. And eventually my little heart is telling me that I would love to learn how to dye yarn and to create my own fiber contents and blends of yarn and colorways. So that is something that is definitely far off, but it's something that my little heart is telling me that I want to do one day. Now, something I alluded to in my previous video of something that I want to do this year is to start an Etsy shop accompanying a blog. So because I have this channel and because there's so many things I would love to be able to update in the in-between time of me making videos, as well as having a place to publish any creations that I do make or any patterns that I do come out with, I really want to have a blog. So aside from the Etsy shop, there is also the dream of having a blog this year. So we'll see if that's able to happen. In my Etsy shop, as I talked about in my previous video, I want to make things that are very quick to make, things that I can keep stocked up, and things that are going to be practical, very cute, things that are in demand right now. So I'll definitely start somewhere. That's what I'm going to start with, is these twisted headbands as well as beanies. I'll probably make a couple of scarves, perhaps an infinity scarf and a traditional scarf, and then I was even thinking about making a pair of gauntlets that I might put inside of there, just to have that pattern set and then just create those things, like boom, 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 pop them out and pop them in the shop and hopefully make some coin. My goal is to be independent, financially independent. And I say that, what I mean is not to have to work a day job, like a normal 9-to-5 job, because currently I'm an oral surgery assistant and I assist a doctor to take teeth out of people's heads and to put implants in if they want it. But I really long to have my own business and to be independent in that way. So we'll see. I'm rambling. And then the last couple of things, of course, is to create more garments, more sweaters and cardigans. So this year hopefully will be the sweater and cardigan year. I have tons of patterns in my Ravelry queue that I want to create, and I also would love to design more things. So I do have a design book. I have been scribbling things in there, and I have things that I want to make. I just need to continue to acquire the skills to be able to make them at the highest quality with the highest level of finishing touches that I can do to my projects, because my goal is always to not have something that looks handmade. I want something to look premium, and yes, it can like be handmade, but I don't want it to look like, just look at it and be like, yeah, she was just definitely crocheting on her couch. Yeah, no. I want something that's top quality. I want something that people like want and they're like, yeah, give me that. It looks like it was like out of the, you know, little workshop, you know, that she made. So we'll see. I'm just I'm being really crazy is what happens when I turn on the camera. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Please, like I said, comment down below things that you got out of 2021 and things that you hope to get out of 2022, and then tell me the things that you are currently working on, and if you enjoyed the video, let me know. And also, please give me a thumbs up. It definitely helps my channel, just kind of gets me out there, helps other people to see my content. I really long to attract people who are genuinely interested in the types of things that I create, the colors that I like to use, and just, you know, the patterns that attract me. Like I'm interested in attracting like-minded people. So please get this out there. Please get this out there. If you really like my personality, that's great. I'm glad you're here. So please stay, and share this video with someone that you know. Okay, guys, have a great evening. I hope everyone is able to crochet tonight to get a little bit of that creativity in, and yeah, get you a show, get you an audiobook, get you a cup of tea, maybe some cheese doodles. Yeah.